because it's come on, it's Jakarta Fashion Week. It's internationally covered, and it's just the it thing in fashion. Mantap mas. Thank you. Are you guys ready? So refreshing.
So, can you tell me a little bit more about your brand,
Okay.
Love Indonesia, and the movement that you're trying to create?
Right. So Love Indonesia is basically we have one mission in mind, that is to promote the Indonesian culture to the world with a revolutionary kind of way. So what we do when we first started it was like 28th of October 2008. So that was about 6 years ago. And now 6 years later, people see it as not as a brand anymore, but when they see it, it's like a movement to create a better Indonesia, and a movement to get people, the young generation of Indonesia, to love Indonesia. So that's how deep the principles behind Love Indonesia. And right now we have this huge responsibility of making sure that Love Indonesia always produce the best quality and the best design for the Indonesian market. So the fashion industry in Indonesia, I'm pretty sure everybody would agree when I say this, the young generation, they're coming up with such a out-of-the-box design, but they're not forgetting the Indonesian culture in it, which makes it different than the rest of the world. And I really love some of the eclecticness and the creativity from the Indonesian fashion designers. What is lacking in the fashion industry here in Indonesia? I guess sometimes the critics or the media, whenever they see something, they always compare it to the American ones, or the French one, or the UK, or whatever, the international designer basically. So when they compare it like that, in a way, it sort of cuts the creativity of the Indonesian designers, because they always got compared to the international designers. So the media would accept, or because of the media, the crowd would accept more of like the designs that look a little bit like LV, look a little bit like Chanel, look a little bit like Hermes or something, and it's just cuts the creativity of the Indonesians. So I guess that's what's lacking.
Last question. What is your advice for the new upcoming designers?
Right. To always stay in with your roots, with the Indonesians' tradition, with the Indonesians' culture. So there are so many things that we can dig out of the culture in Indonesia that you can get inspired from. So definitely, when the designers start doing that, and I think together we can get Indonesia to the world. We can get Indonesia to be one of the big players in the international market, and I'm pretty sure that's everyone's dream.